and one...
I am not obliged to make answers to fit and suit your acceptance, madam.
Just
I have no doubt that any answer I give... One second, please.
Answer the questions Delhi wants to know.
Have the patience to
India
listen.
wants to know. As citizens, we want to know. We are not interested in your arguments as to who's right, who's wrong. Is the cop doing this? Is that that?
Look,
is what has happened something you're accountable for to the citizens of this country?
I am here to answer questions to the citizenry, to my paradigm of a reasonable citizen.
We are talking on behalf
not
of
to
the
satisfy
citizens. All
an unreasonable citizen like yourself.
So we are
not to satisfy an unreasonable citizen like you who will not be satified by anything I say.
Unreasonable citizen.
But let me try to
go
satisfy.
Out there on the streets
let
of
me
Delhi
satisfy
and
the
ask
reasonable
people,
citizen.
They're asking the same questions. They're unreasonable too. You're calling me unreasonable. Ask those people in Delhi.
I thought you were against.
Ask the girl who's nearly dead and her family.
I thought you were against hysterics. I thought you were against theatricals.
It's very easy to call
but
a woman
obviously
hysterical.
you revel in them.
It's very easy to call a woman
you revel with them.
hysterical.
Now let me answer.
Sorry, you just need to
let me answer. Let me answer and have the patience to listen. Please have the patience to listen, which I doubt very much because you're going to interrupt me in less than 30 seconds.
All the time to answer,
in 30 seconds. And that has been your paradigm. But I repeat again, I'm not here to satisfy you. I'm here to satisfy the reasonable listening citizen.
Let him answer.
But please answer. Let me
answer. The answer, that's because of you. I'm sorry.
Let him answer. Let him answer. Let him answer.
Impossibility
okay, please answer, Dr. Singhvi.
Now, the answers. This started off as a specific rape incident, the most inhuman and barbaric one. It has led to a arrest of 4 people and a likely conviction in 6 months. That's the incident-specific answer. It requires much more than incident-specific in terms of systemic structural changes. Structural changes don't happen at the whim and caprice of pressing a button in 50 seconds. They require patience. A commission in 30 days will give you the law changes. A structural changes in police and judiciary will give you other changes. I have no doubt that this debate which is going on in the country is a good debate which will largely make structural changes. But we have to wait. Number 3, in the middle of all this, if protesters, howsoever well-intentioned, use violence, day in and day out call the police names and call for the resignation of a police commissioner, which morale are you going to rely on which police force to police this country? 1 second, give me 1 minute more. You've got 3 people out there shouting at me. You've got 3 people out there shouting at me. Please let me complete. Now, when that is going on, you have the terms of the debate changed. The policemen who for the last 1 week have been doing bandobast on India Gate would have been much better deployed looking after women, safety and security in this city. They are not allowed to do that because protesters have occupied them. In the process of that protest, there has been a very tragic death of a policeman, and I have today on several channels heard people suggesting, less by innuendo and more by direct suggestion, that death might have been stage managed to help the police. I am aghast.
Sir, Dr. Singhvi,
not as if
Dr. Singhvi, I don't know why you are, Dr. Singhvi, I don't know why you are choosing to respond to some specious argument.
I mean,
you are responding to some specious argument and you're not answering the question.
Deflecting
the question is simply this.
That's my
very simple question. Is the Delhi Chief Minister fighting with the Delhi Police Commissioner or not?
But
is the Delhi Police Chief Minister?
How does it matter?
How does it matter? 1 minute.
I'll tell you.
Dr. Singhvi, counter question.
That is being amplified by your channels.
Sir,
it is not.
Sir, are you saying today
the Chief Minister, if the Chief Minister or an MP makes a complaint, it will lead to a rebuttal by the police and it will be solved at the Home Ministry level.
Is the new rule in Indian democracy?
You are diverting from the real job at hand.
Sir,
the real job at hand is to protect safety to the citizens of Delhi, which will be done by less hysterics on television and allowing them to do their job.
Well, I get Kirti Singh is responding first. We are getting a couple of responses. Dr. Harish Salve, welcome. First I'm going to Kirti Singh. Also 3 hands raised there. Harish Salve, Kirti Singh. And of course our news viewer. To Kirti Singh first. Yes ma'am. Your response to Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Then I'm coming to you, Harish Salve.
Yes. First of all, I think it's a revolution that has taken place in Delhi, and it's a very welcome one, where girls as well as boys have come out on the streets and asked for their right to be treated like citizens, where asked for girls to be protected and for justice to be done. Now, the second thing is that it's not something new that I know there are a lot of people out there who think that this is the first time this issue is being raised, but since 1993 we have been demanding changes in law and procedure, in the rape law, in the law relating to sexual assault and sexual harassment. Now this bill has even been, repeated bills have been presented to the government, but nothing has happened till very recently, when a very incomplete bill was introduced in Parliament, just changing one section, the rape section of the law. But the other sections that need to be changed, like 354 and 509, which actually define everything apart from penetrative
Dr. Kirti Singh, Abhishek Manu Singhvi says...
touched. No, something else I want to say. The police had made given repeated assurance. The administration had said that they are going to see to better infrastructure in the city. What I want to ask, like lighting, like seeing that there are no tinted glasses, I want to pose the question, why has this not been done? And every time it's not done, we keep on saying, let's talk about the future. But what we want to say is, let accountability be fixed for that as well. If police and the higher up, the heads need to be rolled, let them roll. And secondly, we now demand that standard operating procedures be put in place, that, that the police be told that they have to act according to these standard operating procedures as far as crimes against women are concerned. And if they don't do it, they should be punished.
Dr. Harish Salve, Abhishek Manu Singhvi says, I'm coming to our news, our viewer. Please don't think I'm coming to you last, because I'll give you maximum time. To Harish Salve, my question is, Harish Salve, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi says you can't create a situation where you're saying that the Delhi Police Commissioner needs to be sacked and things like that, almost suggesting as if asking for the Delhi Police Commissioner's sacking is an undemocratic thing to do. Your response to Dr. Singhvi?
Four quick things, Arnab. I feel bad for the UPA. Other governments have got away with rape and murder. They have come in contact with an India where I think the young India has realized they've had enough of bad governance. Point number two, if there was an Academy Award or an Oscar for bad public communication, I think the UPA would win it hands down. Even if they do the right thing, they end up doing it the wrong way. Point number three, they have still adhered to the old art that when you don't want to solve a problem, you appoint a committee. Amending the law is not going to help in prevention of the crime. Everybody knows why Delhi is an unsafe city. The politicization of the police, the lack of reforms in the police, and let's come to immediate issues. The manner in which buses are run in Delhi have been in public domain and have been criticized over a long period of time. The trouble is, if you explore that area, you will then trench upon the unholy nexus between the underworld and the politician and the police. So I think the government must be delighted that you have a larger debate on death penalty, and the real issue about getting into how the hell did these guys lay their hand on a public bus are not explored. And you don't need a committee of 3 jurists. You need 48 hours of investigation. The truth will be out. See, the trouble is, if we can make Delhi safe for VIPs, do we care about the rest? Until you change this mindset,
VVIP culture.
till you get into the bottom of the problem, is why is Delhi such an unsafe city? One manifestation is rape. There are so many other manifestations of unsafeness, which we see day in and day out. And that doesn't require any committee. We all know what is going on. We know the politicization of the police. We know this problem. You don't need a committee.
Well, Mr. Salve, before I go across back to Dr. Singhvi, I just want to go across once to Lakshmi Jitendra, who's our NewsHour viewer tonight, participating in this debate from Bengaluru. This issue is significant beyond the national capital because somewhere people empathize with it. From Guwahati to Bengaluru, people are empathizing very strongly with what has happened because it's generally become one of political VVIP and police disdain towards the common citizen. Lakshmi Jitendra, what is your response to Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who's put his points right on top of NewsHour tonight?
Good evening, Arnab. I absolutely don't agree with whatever Dr. Singhvi says. Actually, if you see, out of the complete force in the police force, 70% of the police force is only for the netas. It is only the 30% that is covering the common public. So this has to be taken care. Second thing is, what we need is a time-bound judiciary. Cases taking 15 years, 20 years, this is not an answer at all. Absolutely, and there is no fear of the law. There is absolutely no fear of the law. And who is our role model today? See our netas. We have the gangsters, we have the gun-trotting netas, we have the rapist netas, who is absolutely getting, no punishment. Why? Because the judicial system is going to take 15, 20 years. They know that they can easily come out. There's a lot of loopholes in the system, so they are least bothered. So if they are going to be the role models, then what is going to happen to the common man? One. Second thing, I want to ask, what about the police commissioner Neeraj Kumar? Is he not accountable at all? Why did he not see that the Supreme Court order which came that no curtains or hello?